The elders of Rivers State have continued to express dissatisfaction with the state of emergency declared by President Tinubu in Rivers State. The elders hinted that Wike have been telling lies to the president, and the president never bothered to confirm if what is being heard from the FCT minister are the real facts. They lamented the fact that since the crisis rocking the state began, the president have been partial with his interference with the crisis. Few days ago, just after the declaration of the state of emergency, they came out to demand the whereabouts of Governor Fubara, noting that since the president made the declaration, the whereabouts of the governor remained unknown.
If you can hear me, and I assume that, I imagine that you can hear me. Chief, sorry, no. Thank you so much indeed for joining us tonight. You said yesterday, and those are heavy words that you use in describing the whereabouts of Governor Sim Fubara. But now that we saw a press statement coming from him, it comes now that it may be okay. But what gave you the impetus? What gave you the feeling that it may not be all right?
Thank you very much. The governor is the governor of Rivers State. And in a situation like this, the Rivers people would like to know where he is. They want to know if he's safe or not safe. They want to know that nothing harms him, because we are hearing fake news. Some news said he left immediately they came in. Some news said he was detained in government house. Some news said, oh, he has been moved to this place. We have not seen him. Today, you have seen me. You know I'm alive. If there is a serious circumstances that threatens my life and my environment, and you don't see me for days, then you ask questions. Stories are coming here and there. Oh, they saw him here, they saw him there. As Rivers people, we want to be sure that he's alive. He is our governor, and he will remain our governor until his tenure expires.
But is it fair? You made an allegation, but is it fair, Chief Igbe, for you to have said... I
don't make allegation. I said we have not seen his whereabouts.
No. What I'm saying is that you are making... You said, just for a moment, sir. You made an inference in that statement, in the video that I played to our guests, and you're making an allusion to the Minister of the FCT. I think those are heavy words that you use to alleging that it may be involved in something that be untoward against Mr. Sim Fubara. Is that fair for you to have said such a thing?
Let me tell you clearly. Few days after he went to Abalamba as a military officer, the general of the Nigerian Armed Forces, he came back. He thought he would have chaos in Abalamba. He never had. He flew a kite that his house has been bombed. Nobody bombed his house. He came before that, he threatened, oh God, they can bomb up oil well. This people can burn oil well. He came back, the next thing we had, oil well has been burned. Where? When you have a character who is not stable, you'll be afraid when somebody you dare so much is incarcerated. Because if it's a straightforward person, if he does not trend in lying, you will not be bothered. But here we have a very dangerous person who trends in lies. And who can do anything to get anything he wants. Now they said Port Harcourt is burning. The children of the has confessed Port Harcourt is peaceful. He has been here since 70 days. No demonstration, nothing happens. People lie and lie. So we are not sure. As Rivers people, we hold our governor dearly. And we want to know his whereabouts. We only seen, film tricks. We want to still hear him. If he's alive, he should address Rivers people. He should be allowed to address Rivers people. Let us see him addressing us. Then we'll be convinced that our governor is alive. I said this with all emphasis because the man has done nothing. You are crucifying him from left and right. From the beginning to the end, you are crucifying the man who is innocent. Is it because he's very peaceful? Is it because he doesn't want problem? All the lies are manifesting. Nigerians have seen there is no need to apply Section 305. There's no threat to life. There's no threat to anybody. Yet, you use Section 305 and allow Borno, where Section 305 should apply, to function well. You allow Yobe, you allow Sokoto, where people are being killed every day, and you do not apply Section 305. Then you came to a peaceful place and apply 305, and we are not seeing our government. If you're in my shoe, what will you say?
Anyway, there are those who will say, I mean, since you're not the president, and the president gets security briefings every day, intelligence report, and a lot of the times intelligence report, if not taken seriously, might backfire. And there are those who will say he has a bird's-eye view on what is going on. Can you blame the president who sees more than you and I, who are not privy to some of these reports, for taking an action that is empowered by the Constitution to take?
Mr. President can believe whatever he wants to believe and see whatever he wants to see. When we are warning Jonathan, be wary of this man, he never listened. We all saw the repercussion of what happened to Jonathan. Today, here is a man who is fermenting problems across the country. And allow Mr. President to desecrate the Constitution. Here you have Attorney General who cannot speak the truth about the law. I have checked section 182 to 188, which talk about how a governor can be removed, either is incapacitated or is being impeached. The governor is not impeached. You said, no problem. They bombed their house. They bombed Ogoni. They bombed there. But before this time, you also said these places could be bombed by the people from there. And all are turning out to be lies. So if Mr. President can believe a liar to mislead him, then he will have himself to be blamed when the day of reckoning will come. Because he will not say, as a president and commander-in-chief, he believed in lies. If UK himself said, most of the security reports are lies on national television. He said most of the security reports are lies. And indeed, if there are security reports, genuine security reports, they are all coming out to be lies.
Chief Igbe, there are those on the other side in Rivers State, Chief Igbe, just for a moment. There are those who say you are one of those who are said to have misled Governor Sim Fubara.
I never misled Mr. Sim Fubara. The Elders Council advised him that that agreement you are signing is dangerous. You are withdrawing your case. The man took you to court. He has not withdrawn his case. You have withdrawn your case. Those who resign on their own, the law says you cannot put on an unwilling worker on the unwilling master. You accepted them. People who left their party, who decamped, who deflected, President directed you, you accepted them. The 8 points agenda, you have fulfilled all of them. They never did one. Wike came out and said they would never obey Mr. President. Mr. President, security report did not tell him. In the history of Nigeria, for the first time, a minister will go on private visit, he will go with jet fighters, he will go with gunboats, he will go with armored carriers, he will go with tanks, and over 700 personnel to a village for the private visit. It's not Mr. President, it's not even the governor. And he can go with just magnitude of security agencies and equipment. He came back, oh, his house has been burnt. None of his house was burnt. What are we saying? We are in the democracy of stand out loud.
It appears that you do not accept or you do not see fairness in the intervention of President Bola Tinubu. If you were in his shoes, what would you have done differently?
Jonathan, in his tenure, declared the state of emergency without suspending or sacking a governor or member of National Assembly. Obasanjo did not sack governors. He had to use the constitutional means to remove those he does not want. he never on his own used Section 305 as a basis for sacking or suspending a governor elected like him under the Constitution. He was also elected under the Constitution. Will you call this a coup, or what do we call it? These things are not right, and people must speak out. You cannot just default in the Constitution. In some countries, it's an impeachable offense. And somebody is advising the president that what you're doing is
I'm
right.
asking you now, because the president intervened politically before he now exercised a constitutional powers. But it appears that that political intervention, you faulted it ab initio. The latter part of it, where the president said the parties involved in this matter ignored him. And so he had to invoke the constitutional powers that has been presented before him. According to him, he doesn't want an escalation of violence and disruption of peace and order in the state. Now, what is it that you think that the president could have done? Because if you are not happy with his decision, not only that the president is older than the parties involved, he's also the leader of the country and the president of the Federal Republic. But what else, or what outside of his action do you think he should have done?
We are saying that he has no constitutional power to suspend the governor. But a minister who is fragmenting the whole problem that he appointed, he has never questioned him and he has never sanctioned him. What stops him from sanctioning the minister that is causing the whole problem?
Sanction in what way? In what sense?
Of course, you are suspended an elected governor, but you cannot suspend a minister who is the root cause of all the problem.
Would that help the situation? Suspending the minister, would that help the situation?
If two children are fighting, you beat the two of them, everyone will say that you're fair. You cannot flog one child all through and abuse him when he's not the troublemaker. Leaving the troublemaker to continue to make trouble. Insulting everybody. He has insulted every part of the country. He has insulted all the leaders, his grandfathers, calling ethnic groups to come out to cause problem. He is trying to ferment problem and touch a person, you never sanctioned him. But the man that is very peaceful, the man that is under one problem, the man that is obeying you is the one you sanction, is the one you can flog.
Can that be corrected? If you think that that's an error of judgment from the president, can it be corrected? Can the president amend or fix things? Because you are one of the elders, and I saw former Governor Ada George, who spoke earlier, and some other elders in the state, former senator who sat there. Is that the thinking that this could fix, what you're saying now could fix what you have considered an error of judgment in the president's actions?
It's not only River State. The entire country is speaking against this injustice. The entire country. There's one man who has virtually caused problem between Mr. President and everybody. The North is frowning, is not happy. Who is the cause? One man. Abuja, the crisis in Abuja, one man. The East, one man. The South, one man. Coming up with lies upon lies. And Mr. President seems to believe him. Very soon, the scale will be off his eyes and he will see it clearly. But if nobody talks and everybody keep quiet, he will say, why don't you say it?
I don't know, Chief. Sorry, just for a moment. Let me ask you. Look, just for a moment, sir. The Senate amended their prayers before they put the votes up yesterday. Although there are those who have criticized that action, that perhaps that vote should have been conducted in a more transparent manner when everybody's names, according to how he voted, should be published or should be known and straightforward rather than voice vote. But then part of what he said is that there should be a constitution of a committee that will politically resolve this matter, even with the state of emergency in place. But as a member of the Elders Council and a committee of elders in the state, what do you think should be the way forward? The state of emergency is in place. The administrator is in place. I'm not sure there is anything anyone can do about it. But as elders, how do you think this can be politically resolved such that the state can see peace and everybody can go about their businesses?
We are seeing beyond what is on ground. What we are seeing again at market, they will extend the tenure of the sole administrator because they have an agenda.
What is that agenda?
The agenda is to grab River State. Let me tell you something.
Grab in what sense?
That is a court judgment. Excuse me. That's a Supreme Court judgment. Don't release funds to River State until the governor presents his budget. The governor wanted to present budget. He was not allowed to present budget. The moment state of emergency was declared without reason, governor suspended without reason, funds were released without the Supreme Court saying otherwise. So anything can happen in this country. Anything can happen in this country. We're not quarreling with the powers of the president to declare state of emergency. Section 305 indeed empowered him. We are quarreling with the removal of the governor, which power he did not have by the Constitution of Nigeria as amended. The 1999 Constitution did not give any room. There are conditions under which a governor can be removed from office. Those conditions are not applied. And there's no section in the Constitution that says Mr. President can suspend a governor who was elected the same way. Nigeria is a federated state. River State is a component of the federation.
All right. Chief Igbe, we need to go now. We need to go. Thank you so much indeed for your time. But there are those who believe that you've suddenly become a sworn enemy of Nyesom Wike, and perhaps your stance against him is responsible for the manner in which you speak against him.
No. Wike has been my friend. But because my friend doesn't mean I've not said the truth. I am somebody, look, ask my history. I resigned from the government when I was not satisfied with the way the government was going. I honorably resigned. The governor said it was not going to accept my resignation. And I said, no, I'm going. They wanted dragged to the then president, Obasanjo. And before Obasanjo said he was not going to accept my resignation, we came together and we shall go back together. And I told him, no, I cannot stay because I'm not happy. I don't look at material wealth. We will all die and go one day. If you are my father, you're not doing the right thing, I will tell you. Those who know me will tell you. That is myself. If you are doing the right thing, I will clap for you. I was closer to Wike than Sim. But Sim is doing a good job in River State. And every River State man who knows what Sim is doing across the state will support him and will stand for him and will see that River State is developed. And that is what we are fighting for.
Thank you so much.
Fubara
Igbe is a Niger doctor activist, one of the members of the Rivers Elders Council, speaking with us from Port Harcourt. Thanks so much indeed for